Right. Hi, thanks for joining me on Daliso's Talk Show. We've got some crazy, very interesting games this weekend. Week 9 fixtures for Saturday. Chelsea are taking on Sunderland. Sunderland have been amazing, really good this season. They've started really well. They've got Xhaka in their midfield. This guy is a leader. I was devastated when he left Arsenal because I thought he was a leader that we needed. Of course, I'm so happy that he has found a place in Sunderland and he is doing, wonders there, considering their position. So yeah, they have been so lucky to get a player like him. Chelsea had a great week in midweek where they beat Ajax 5-1 in the Champions League, and yeah, good for them and their team. Like almost everybody who you would think is like their best player was out, but their backups, because they've got one of the biggest squads, of players. They've spent a fortune and they've got a really good squad. So let's have a quick look at the predicted lineup. Things can change, managers' decisions, but this is the lineup they had previously in the Champions League. Jorgensen, Caicedo, Fofana, Adarabioyo, Hato, honestly, some of these names. In the back four, Enzo Fernandez, who I like, one of my best players in the league. For me, I really like it. Every time I watch him, I see what he does. In my personal opinion, he does a good job. Romeo Lavia, Estavao, very exciting young player. This guy, he came on for Cole Palmer in one game and he was on fire. The guy is good. You guys have got a good player here. Buonanotte as well. Jamie Gittens, very steady player, and this Mark Guayu, I can't pronounce his name. Pretty decent little player, you guys. I think it's a good matchup. You've got a decent team, considering they're not even your first team players. I think they'll be all right. At least they won't take you like bottom of the table or like below, you'll be in the top half of the table, not the bottom half, certainly, until you get all your players back. Sunderland, Roofs in goal, Hume, Oderet, Ballard, Nodi Mukiele, Sadiki, Granit Xhaka, Enzo Lefi, Chris Rigg, Bertrand Traore, and Wilson Isidore. Some of these names sound really unfamiliar, but these guys have been putting out performances. I think this will be a pretty decent game to watch. I am going for a Chelsea win. They've won the last 4 games they've competed in all tournaments. And yeah, Sunderland have started okay, considering they've had a few draws, a win, a loss in there. They won their last. So yeah, it will be pretty good. I'm going for Chelsea win here, regardless, after waxing lyrical. Fulham as well are going to be going to Newcastle. Fulham, I really like a Fulham team, but they've struggled. They've lost the last 3. They got beaten 1-0 by Arsenal. Last weekend, Newcastle won in midweek. They beat Benfica 3-0. That was Jose Mourinho's team, and they came out. They looked good in that match. So yeah, I'm expecting that they might be tired. They're probably not used to playing three games a week. Let's see what they do, but I'm still going to go for, let's see, head-to-head before I start making, sometimes head-to-head matters, because there are just some teams, it doesn't matter how good you are, you go and face them, you have a headache. Every time Arsenal go to Newcastle, we have a headache. It's not an easy game. So sometimes it's not because they're so much better than you, but stylistically, things just don't always work out. Fulham always beat Newcastle, it looks like. Well, the season before last, Newcastle beat Fulham. Last season, Fulham turned it around and they beat them home and away. So I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go safe, go for a draw, only because Newcastle were playing over the weekend. Fulham are desperate for a win. So yeah, but Newcastle are definitely a lot more physical, a lot more aggressive. Let's see what happens there. Manchester United are going to Brighton. Now, Manchester United do not have any midweek games because they're not in any other tournaments. apart from the local ones. So they've had the rest, but they beat Liverpool shockingly 2-1 last weekend. It was a crazy game, and thank you, Man U fans, for that. Honestly, we needed a favor from you guys. Let's have a quick look at how LiveScore think they're going to line up. So they're thinking Manchester United will have Lemens in goal, Delete. Harry Maguire might not start. He doesn't always start, but he could start, as a sort of reward for basically having an amazing performance against Liverpool last season. So Harry Maguire might start with Luke Shaw. So impressed with how Luke Shaw is performing in this side. He's a player who's been a Man U. Remember the Jose Mourinho days where he used to get insulted day in and day out for being fat. But this guy is still bringing out some performances. He was really good against Liverpool. Amad Diallo, fantastic player. He had an assist. He should have had more than an assist. He had a great pass to Fernandes, who blew it wide. Fernandes, I don't know what's up with this guy at the moment, but he's not enjoying where he's playing right now. Casemiro, Dalot, who everyone and Man U seem to have taken an issue with. They don't think he's at that standard. Mbeumo, Mason Mount was also very good. Mbeumo, of course, scored early on and he was so good. This guy is always good when he plays. Doesn't always get the end result at Manchester United, but he had a good go against Liverpool, so he will be trying to cement, that form, get another goal. Matthias Cunha might not start because it could be Sesko, it could be Cunha, but I hope he starts because he had a crazy, very influential game against Liverpool. But Mason Mount, love him. Bruno Fernandes is in there somewhere as well. He'll be taking the set pieces, but he doesn't really enjoy that position he plays. He certainly should not be forced to be as defensive as he's asked to be. But anyway, who knows? Brighton, on the other hand, a team I really enjoy watching. I think they played the way Arsenal used to play back in the day, where very attacking, very open-minded, really exciting team to watch. So yeah, this is the lineup. Bat, Van Bruggen in goal, Kadiugu, Van Heck, Louis Dunk, Mats Wafer. And then holding midfielders, Baleba, Ayari. And then the attacking midfielders, Gomez, Rata, Minte. I like him so much. Every time you're playing them, you feel his impact. And then, of course, Danny Welbeck, former Arsenal, former Man U player. This guy is solid. He's solid. And every year he comes back and shocks me. He's shocking me this season. He's scoring goals. He's so good. Honestly, he's matured into a very stable, steady player. He's going to have, I think, a long career. Remember, players who can move clubs and just get better and keep adding to the team. I really like this guy, Danny Welbeck. Very good player. So that will be them. And then we've got Brentford versus Liverpool. For me, this match is pivotal for Liverpool's season. Liverpool have really been struggling in the Premier League. They lost 4 in a row. Then they won in Europe the other day. 1 second. They beat Frankfurt 5-1. But yeah, lots of set plays, in there. They scored from 2 corners, one from Van Dijk, another one from Konate. So to be honest, Liverpool fans need to shut it. They need to stop really criticizing everything just because Arsenal are doing it, thinking that, they score more set piece goals than Arsenal. And they did last season as well, because there was a lot of times where Van Dijk was heading them in and he was praised. So really, really unpleasant set of player, manager, everything. Regardless, we want Brentford to win this game. Away from home, it's not going to be very easy. Let me look at the head-to-head. Like I said earlier, head-to-heads can show a lot. So let's see how they met up last season. Liverpool beat Brentford home and away 2-0 last season, but Liverpool were immense last season, let's be honest. But even the season before last, Liverpool beat Brentford. 2003, Brentford beat them 3-1. But yeah, it's been a long time since Brentford have had a good result against Liverpool. Let's have a look at the lineup. Brentford lineup with Kelleher in goal, Coyote, Danberg, Nathan Collins, and Aja Yamaluk, and Henderson holding midfielders. Oh, Henderson goes back to Liverpool. Hopefully puts in a good performance. Ouattara, Damsgaard, Kevin Sade, and Igor Thiago up front. Whereas Liverpool expected to line up so with Mamadashvili because Alisson's injured, Robertson on the right wing, Van Dijk and Konate, Frimpong. Frimpong came off injured against Frankfurt. So I'm expecting Conor Bradley to start there. He was pretty good against Frankfurt, so Frimpong won't be starting. Cody Gakpo, unless his injury was fleeting, but it looked like serious because it was taken off quite early in the game. Cody Gakpo has been pretty decent, in my opinion, even against Arsenal, against Manchester United. He scored a goal. He's been pretty influential. So Curtis Jones, either Curtis Jones or McAllister in that mid with Szoboszlai, Florian Wirtz. I'm not sure if he'll start. Hugo Ekitike, Isak starting together is not very clever in my opinion. I think they should choose one and probably put Salah in there on the wing or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, life score, I think in Isak Hugo to start together with Florian Wirtz, but I reckon in that position they'll probably put Mo Salah in there, even if he has been throwing his toys out of the pram, and basically he's not handling his season very well. You know what? Salah also used to start beef with Klopp. Remember, he used to try to take on Klopp. He doesn't like being sidelined at all. So yeah, he's got an attitude problem. But yeah, they're expecting that Jeremy Frimpong might have a muscle injury, Ryan Gravenberch ankle injury, but he might come back. Alisson hamstring, definitely not coming back any day soon. They're suspecting an Isak groin strain as well. Yeah. But yeah, so that is the expected lineup. Now, who do I think is going to win? In my opinion, I certainly think even away from home, it will either be Liverpool win or a draw, because Brentford have struggled for two full seasons to get one over Liverpool. And yeah, I'm going for a Liverpool win. They need to really recover this week, and they'll do everything in their power to do so. I'm hoping Brentford do the job for us, but yeah, certainly it looks like a Liverpool win. So those are, let me make sure there isn't another game here. Yeah, so those are the Premier League games for week 9. Let me know what you think, who's going to maintain their positions. Look out for my other video where I'm talking about the Sunday fixtures. But Arsenal is going to be taking on Crystal Palace, and I'm expecting Arsenal to beat Crystal Palace. Not easily, because everyone packs the bus against Arsenal, but it's going to be a challenge. And yeah, I'm hoping we do the job and beat them at least 3-1 or 3-0, because we're not conceding a lot of goals, but Palace have been one of the teams that have scored past us anyway. So yeah, that is it. These are my weekend fixtures and predictions. Let me know what you think, you guys. Thank you. And I'll be talking to you over the weekend. Bye-bye.